Well, happy Monday. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend, and I welcome you to the break room. So, we are streaming live on YouTube, my business Facebook page, and my personal Facebook page. So, I encourage you while you're tuning in and letting me know where you're tuning in from. If you're on YouTube, I ask that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment below or comment as we're live, and also share with someone that you feel could benefit from the things that we talk about here in the break room. And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and share as well. And I look forward to all the comments that you will, as we dialogue on our live discussion today. So I am Deetra Dennis, and I want to again welcome you if this is your first time here, and welcome back to those of you who have been hanging out with me over the past few weeks. Thank you so much for being here. And I am a registered nurse, and I am also a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, and I specialize in self-care coaching for nurses. And my reason for doing that is I want to empower my fellow sisters to prioritize the care of their MVP, their most valuable patient or their most valuable person, which is themselves, so that they can show up as the best version of themselves. And it not only helps them, but it also impacts the health of their family and the community at large. So that is who I am, and I'm so glad to have you here with me. And then the break room is really a self-care, safe space for nurses. This is a getaway, an escape from the day-to-day activity, and we're in here just for a brief period so that you can set the tone for your week and for your evening. So on today, I know you saw the title, What's the Difference? And I'm not sure if you've asked that question, like, what are my coaching services and what makes my coaching services and programs different? We'll get into that in just a moment. And so and if you see me looking down, I have my notes because I like to be able to share valuable information while we're in here in the break room. And you know what? Let me pause because our song, if you'll join in with me, and it's a meeting in the break room. It's from the song, The Meeting in the Ladies' Room, but it's a meeting in the break room, and you let everyone know that you will be back real soon. You just in here to get a recharge, a refuel, or a refresh, and then you come back to do the things that you have for the evening or whatever time that you're watching in your region. So I wanted to share with you the coaching services. And, again, my focus is on nurses. And in my research, because I wondered, why many times as healthcare professionals, even if we're in a state of being stressed or having burnout, we really don't, I won't say always, but many times we won't seek support. And when I looked up the information in American Nurses Association and American Medical Association, so for the physicians, many times there are many reasons why support isn't, sought out, and two stood out to me. One was fear of judgment, and the other one was the fear of appearing weak or a subpar nurse or a subpar doctor. And I know for me, before I sought out support, I kind of thought the same thing because, if you're a healthcare professional, you're supposed to know what to do. And if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, you may be looked down upon. But I overcame that. And so the reason why I really wanted to focus as a self-care coach for nurses is that, number one, like I mentioned, I have been at that point. And my passion, because I was able to overcome that. Yes, there were many challenges. Yes, I was stressed. Yes, I was overweight. Yes, I wasn't getting to sleep. And it wasn't until I realized, okay, I need support in this area, that I said I received the support and was able to use techniques to help me create harmony between work and life, and really knowing how to take care of myself, how to set boundaries and things of that nature. And so, in that further research from American Nurses Association and American Medical Association, it also went on to say that when the providers, be it a nurse or a physician or any healthcare professional, when there was a peer coach, someone that has had the same experience or really understand the industry, that they were more open to receiving support from the a peer coach. And so that's why, again, my passion is to help others, because I now know how to prioritize the care of my MVP, which is me. And so being able to relate in the experiences and the challenges, but how to overcome them, that is why I chose to focus on self-care as a self-care coach for nurses. Now, I did want to share with you with one of my clients that I had. She was a physician, and she came because she really wanted to be an example. And feel free to comment if you have been in that place where you were like, okay, I know I need support, but I just can't. You may have had those fears. And one of my coaches mentioned fear like this: fear is false evidence appearing real. So I'm not sure if you've heard of that before, but that is what one of my coaches mentioned, what fear was. And so sometimes fear can cause us to become paralyzed and not move forward, or being stuck and not moving forward to overcome whatever the obstacle is, or something that is unknown. Just keep moving forward. But back to one of my clients that I coached. Again, she was a physician, and she wanted to really practice what she taught to her patients. She, had was overweight, and really was very stressed. And in one of the sessions, we were talking about nutrition, and I was sharing with her that nutrition and fueling our bodies, nourishing our bodies with the healthy foods, is a form of self-care. And she had an aha moment. Because I always start a coaching session on what were your successes. And one of her aha moments was that in order to sustain a healthy lifestyle, it's about changing the mindset. Because oftentimes, we think of it being hard. We already have a busy schedule. We're working long hours, and we just don't have time to take care of ourselves. And so she said it was a change in mindset. And now it is the joy of being able to cook at home, because it's nourishing her body, but it's not only benefiting her, but it was benefiting her family. So, we celebrated that moment for her, because again, it's all in mindset. Everything that we do begins with the mindset, how we think about things, how we perceive, and our perception about a particular situation. So I wanted to share with you as well some things or characteristics, if you will. No, let me give you this example. So when it comes to coaching, does anyone know what coaching means? What a health and wellness coach does? So a health and wellness coach, and I know it may be a delay in the comments, and if you're watching the replay, feel free to still, provide your feedback or your response to the questions that I ask, because I really do respond, and I love connecting with you now as well as after the broadcast ends. So a health coach basically is a guide for you. So an example that I thought about as I was preparing for this is like, when you learn how to drive. I know for me, when I learned how to drive, I didn't have a professional go through driver's ed, but I had my brother and my dad who taught me how to drive. So think of it like this: as you are the driver, you're in the driver's seat, but you're still in a learning mode, if you will. And then the coach, the mentor, that's my brother and my dad, were in the passenger seat. So they were giving me instructions. I knew, because I had to study about all of the rules and everything of the road, but what they did, they reminded me, okay, this is what you need to do here. They were able to let you know, okay, you have a speed bump coming up, you need to slow down, or you're getting ready to enter onto the interstate, you need to speed up. So that is what a coach does. They help you, guide you from where you are to your desired goal. And many times there is a gap, because I know, hey, as healthcare professionals, yeah, we know about physical activity, eating healthy, getting sleep. We know those things, but sometimes there is a gap between knowing and doing. And what a coach does is help guide you to reach your desired goal and help uncover or unlock or help you become unstuck, if you will, by asking the powerful and thought-provoking questions to get deeper to what have been the barriers, what have been the obstacles to keep you from getting to the goal. And once that is unlocked, they help you get there to that desired goal. Now, it first has to start off with you being ready. As a client, you have to be ready to make the lasting lifestyle changes. And once you're ready, then, the coach is there to be your guide, the guide by your side. And so I want to share with you there are many things benefits that you can receive, from having a coaching session or being a part of my coaching programs. Only 4 I'm going to mention today, but there are many others that are a part of what you receive from my coaching program. So number 1, and I'm sorry, and I have them typed out here. I don't know why I didn't show them to you first, but anyway, so the 4 benefits of having me as your coach. So number 1 is to help you gain clarity. And so as I mentioned before, it helps to unlock what is already in you, because the answers are already in you. But again, the coach is right there by your side to ask those questions, to go deeper, so that those answers that are deep within you, they help to bring it out during that coaching session. And that's what happens during our coaching sessions together. That's number 1. Number 2, holding you accountable to the actions as well as the commitment. And then you as well hold yourself accountable, because again, this is your desired goal and you alone know why you want those goals. Be it if you're wanting to have a healthier life, if you're wanting to be an example to your children or grandchildren, or you are maybe you want to fit into, a dress or something that you haven't worn before. There are many reasons why a person wants to reach a desired goal. And so that is what, as a coach, holding you accountable to whatever instructions to help you get to those goals. Number 3 is unconditional support. So remember, we talked about one of the fears of many times that a healthcare professional does not reach out for support is because of the fear of judgment. And so for me, it's unconditional support, meeting you where you are to help you to get to that desired goal, because it's being in a vulnerable state. So think about a patient, when you are caring for a patient, they're in a vulnerable state and we care for them. We have that compassion for them without judgment. And the same thing for me as your coach. I come with compassion, definitely holding you accountable, but coming with compassion with unconditional support. And lastly, it is a shortcut to achieve your goals. As I mentioned before, because I was too at a point being stressed out, being overweight, not getting sleep, and not putting me first, doing everything and being everything to everybody, and have overcome that. Now, are there times where I find myself, okay, Deetra, you need to pause and practice what you preach and, take care of you first. But I have those tools and know what to do to get back on track. But again, as a client of mine, I can help you shortcut because I've been in certain places. So I can say, okay, you know what, just like I shared with the driver's license or driving, learning to drive, being able to say, okay, you need to slow down there, or you need to speed up here, or you need to do this in order to reach your goal. So those are the things, again, that as being and what makes it different for having coaching programs or services of mine is, as I mentioned, number one, providing clarity, help you gain clarity, hold you accountable, unconditional support, and a shortcut to achieve your goals. Now, I wanted to see if there were any questions before we end the night, and anything that stood out for you. Have you been at a point of having fear about, be it as a nurse or not? Have you had fear knowing that you need the support, knowing that investing in yourself for coaching, for profession, for personal development, or be it professional development in any part of your life, you need the support, but you kind of fear, am I going to be judged? Or fear that, this is a sign of weakness. Have you had that? And so I hope that, again, the information that I've shared has been valuable for you. And I don't see any comments, but I hope, again, if you're watching this as a replay, that it has been valuable for you. And, I always like to end with a quote. So this quote really resonated with me. So it says, asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It is not a sign of weakness. Can I say that again? It is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, courage, and intelligence. And the thing of it is, you've been honest with yourself to say, hey, I need the support. And that in itself takes strength. So thank you again for tuning in tonight. Again, I hope that it has been valuable for you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week in the break room.